Chapter 3. Picking out Valentines. The Valentine's box turned out to be very beautiful. After it was finished, Mrs. passed out lists for us to take home. The lists had the names of all the children in room 9. There are 18 children in our class, said Mrs. So that means that everyone needs to bring 18 Valentines. I raised my hand. Do we bring Valentines for ourselves too? I asked her. Well, no, she said. There's no rule against it, I suppose. But Valentines are really supposed to be giving to others. She thought for a second. Oops, I guess that means I made a mistake, doesn't it? She said. Since you won't be bringing in cards for yourselves, then you will only need to bring in 17 Valentines. Raised up my hand again. Yeah, only what if we also want to bring a Valentine to you, Mrs.? I asked. Mrs. raised her eyebrows. Well then, you would be back up to 18 again, wouldn't you? She said. 17 plus 1 equals 18. I tapped on my chin. Yeah, only what if there's people in here who we don't actually like that much? Do we have to bring them a Valentine too? Yes, Junie B, she said. Of course you do. Valentine's Day is a day of friendship for everyone. So every single boy and girl in room 9 will bring a card for every other boy and girl. After Mrs. finished explaining, she sat back down at her desk. I zoomed up there and whispered in her ear. Yeah, only I know I have to bring cards to the regular boys and girls, I said real soft. But I don't have to bring cards to the big fat stinky heads, do I? All of a sudden, Mrs. threw her arms up in the air. Yes, Junie B, yes you do, she said. For the last time, you will bring a card for everyone in room 9, even the big, fat, stinky heads. Just then, all of room 9 looked at her, because teachers aren't supposed to say big, fat, stinky heads, I think. After that, Mrs. closed her eyes for a real long time. Then finally, she stood up very slow. Then she went to the sink and she took an aspirin. The next day was Saturday, and it was the funnest day ever. Because Daddy took me to the drugstore, and he bought me some beautiful heart antennas for my head. Plus also he let me pick out my very own box of Valentines. After we got home, Mother helped me pick out the perfect cards for every person in room 9. First I picked a card for my bestest friend Lucille. It had a lovely princess on the front of it. This one, Mother, I said. I will give Lucille this one, because when she grows up, she's going to marry an expensive prince. And she is going to let me and Grace sweep her castle, plus also we will get to wear her raggedy, used-up gowns. Mother looked at me. Lucille is a regular saint, she said very quiet. I know it, I said. Me and Grace are lucky to have her. After that, I found the perfect card for Grace, too. It had 2 running shoes on the front of it. Mother read me the words. It said, Valentine, you and I make the perfect pair. Me too, Mother. Me and Grace do make the perfect pair. Because Grace can beat me at running, and I can beat Grace at a lot of other stuff, probably. Only I haven't actually found anything yet. After that, I picked out special cards for all the other children in room 9. Every time I picked out a Valentine, Mother crossed the name off the list. Finally, there was only one name left. Jim, said Mother. You will need to pick a card for Jim. I did a big sigh. Because I didn't want to give that guy one, of course. I looked all through my box of Valentines. Then all of a sudden, I saw a card with a funny skunk on it. That one, I said. I will send Jim that one. Mother shook her head. I don't know, Junie B, she said. A picture of a skunk just doesn't seem very nice. Put it in an envelope. Perfect, I said, 'cause neither is Jim.